So yeah, this is gonna be a run for Soulcalibur Legends 80%. I did this 2 days ago, a pretty good run overall. Let's see. I'm literally waiting for the audio cue in order to start the splits. Alright, there you go, decent. A little bit off, but it should be okay. So yeah, this is, like I said, once again, Soulcalibur Legends 70% speedrun. A pretty good run overall. I'm reusing the splits that I use on my offline my temp. So obviously they're gonna be kind of weird once I actually start splitting. So don't be concerned about it. Now for Soulcalibur speedruns, you have to go through multiple stages. You have to defeat enemies in like these specific rooms in order to like unlock the next area. So right here I defeat all the enemies. Now this path that gets open, and then I proceed towards the next area. Right? Pretty simple. So some of the things that I'm gonna point out already is this combo right here. It's a 1-2 combo into a what I call a dodge cancel. This helps me a lot because it increases my mobility in order to like reach like the next enemy a little bit faster. Extremely good mechanic that you can use. And for like the early stages, we'd use this 1-2 combo a lot because a lot of the enemies are pretty weak. Right here we're gonna encounter kind of like a boss slash mini boss. It's Cervantes. A lot of stages have like this kind of like, you go through the stage and then you might be able to face like a mini boss or boss. That's usually what you have to do. Right here, unfortunately, Cervantes was blocking a lot. Oh, another thing that you saw right there, I was using a lot of, bad spray, but whatever. I was using a lot of soul charge attacks. Soul charge attacks are extremely good. They do a lot of damage. However, as you saw, there's like two bars. There's like the blue bar, which is my health, and also like the greenish bar, which is the soul charge gauge. So for that one, depending on how many soul charge units I have, I can do like a very strong attack. And I try to pay a lot of attention for that during the run. So like, I want to build a lot of soul charge, which is done by attacking enemies, getting hit, or parrying. Which parry I barely use it. The mechanic is like a little bit slow. You barely need to use it for the speedrun. Very situational. Right here, unfortunately, I got very unlucky. Oh, also you saw right there that I defeated 2 enemies with 1 soul charge attack. So we try to use that as much as we can. Try to defeat a bunch of enemies in a single hit, or like if we can, attack multiple enemies with like a single combo. That's also something that we want. Right here, also taking advantage of the dodge cancel. Like I said, like mobility is very important early on into the run, especially because we're extremely weak. And one of the things that we'll start doing on the 3rd stage is like trying to level up our character, or I should say more accurately, the weapons that we're using. And by leveling up our weapons, our soul charge consumption is better, and also our attack power gets a buff. Little cool strategy coming out here. I'm gonna use soul charge right here against these little pillars in order to destroy them with 1 single attack, and at the same time, those pillars are soul charge items, which replenishes our soul charge. Right here, we're gonna face Fafnir for the first time. This dragon, once you face him like the 2nd and 3rd time, it's extremely bad because of RNG. I tried to use as much soul charge right here. Good. Decent damage. He attacked me. Alright, pretty good.
You misjudged your ability.
Alright, so mention 1, like I said before, this is where we start leveling up our characters. There's like these items that you can pick up in certain stages, which is like, the color is orange and it's like 2 swords like crossed together like that. They increase your experience for the weapon that you're currently using. Well, I shouldn't say currently using. Overall, the experience for like each character is like a cap. And depending on how many experience items you get, you're gonna increase your item. So it was that one right there. We grab the first one. Most stages have 3 experience items, by some exceptions, of course. Right here, dodge cancel, except for one of the best tools that we can use. Also, not every single character has like a good dodge cancel, so Siegfried is, in my opinion, the best one. So we try to take advantage of it. Alright, second experience item, pretty good. Moving forward here. Dodge cancel, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna try to do a soul charge attack to one shot this enemy right there. Because that enemy normally, when you're like low level, takes 3 hits to defeat. So I'm trying to speed up the fight and, you know, just one shot it. We jump here. Pretty self-explanatory. Try to dodge to this little, like, you know, darts. Da, 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 da. Alright, coming up here, once again using Soul Charge to like defeat these enemies as fast as possible. Soul Charge is like literally the best way to deal with enemies fast. At the same time though, so like if you miss your Soul Charge attacks, which it will happen a couple times throughout the run, it looks pretty bad on you. Oh, good, double kill there. Because like you're wasting your Soul Charge gauge. You try like when you use it, the thought process behind it is like, all right, I'm going to one shot this guy or deal a big amount of damage. But if you miss, you're wasting your Soul Charge. So you know that's what I mean. And then if you want to be able to like, you know, buck it up, you have to like do another Soul Charge attack. But you already wasted like, you know, one of those shots. Right, this little area right here, pretty easy once again. Skeletons, it's are one of the easiest enemies that you have. I'm pretty sure it's the weakest enemy too. Alright, get more soldiers right there since it's on the way. Very important to know where some of the soul charge items are located. It helps you out a lot. I'm pretty sure we're coming up, yeah, on the last part of the this stage. We try to position ourselves in a good angle in order to attack both characters at the same time. Very unfortunate right here, the targeting system acted a little bit weird, and that's something that can happen a lot throughout this game. The target system works kind of weird, because like sometimes you get like the same targetings like very consistently. Other times, like if you're a little off from like your normal movement for the speedrun, you might get like a weird target, and that screw you over a little bit. Alright, Arena 1, super easy stage, just defeat all the enemies here, and then, you know, move on. Right, once again, we're trying to take advantage of dodge cancels here, but at the same time, you're gonna realize one of the bad things that can happen in this game. So you saw how like the wolf, you know, did like a backdash? That's kind of like a way for like enemies to like, you know, avoid our attacks. They can also move sideways. It depends on what type of move they use, or like, you know, what type of like mobility option they use. And that's something that can hurt you a little bit when it comes to like the RNG aspect of the game, right? Because like you want enemies to like, you know, come toward you. At the same time, you don't want the enemies to block, because blocking in this game is extremely bad if the enemy is doing it. And the reason behind it is, I'm gonna mention it right now, but you guys will see it later on most likely. When an enemy is blocking, you have to wait for the enemy to block, because if you continue your combo strings, they're just gonna continue to block it until you give the enemies an opportunity to like counterattack or anything like that. Another thing that I have to mention, I don't block a lot. I actually get hit on purpose, because blocking diminishes or lowers your soul charge gauge. So obviously we don't want that. We want to use as much soul charge as we can, and you know, oh good, double kill. And that's why we do that. Also, I haven't mentioned this too, but there's two types of soul charge attacks. There's like the normal soul charge attack, and then like the strongest versions of the soul charge attacks. If you have a controller, depending on your settings, for mine I press B to activate soul charge. So if you just press the button, you will activate soul charge mode, and then you do whatever swing you want in order to do an attack. In order to do the strongest versions, you have to hold the Soul Charge button and activate Soul Charge, and then do your swing. And then you will do like the strongest version, like I said before. For example, this one right here is a strong version. I do it again. Once again, you know, go for it. Ooh, good finish then, by the way.
This is pointless.
So the strongest version is like, you know, a swing with Siegfried with two hands. The weakest version is like, he does like a little like roll and then attacks. You guys have seen it. I've used it a couple of times. Alright, Cathedral 1. This is when we face the first biggest like, you know, RNG factor into the run. And that's when you have to face Fafnir. I'll explain it more a little bit later on. Right there we got a experience item, which I didn't know it was located there for like the longest time. I thought like this stage was one of those weird stages that only have like 2 experience items, until I actually started destroying every single thing in this stage. I'm like, oh, this is where the other one was. Good fight right there. Destroy these archers, pretty good. Move forward, not bad. Good movement there. Little puzzles here. The puzzles for Soulcalibur Legends are pretty simple. It's usually like destroy something, swing something, and you know, activate like a switch or anything like that. Very simple overall. The main focus is literally the combat. There's a lot of like cool mechanics, like I said before, like dodge, cancel, you know, to increase your mobility. Right there, you know, different type of like, you know, attacks, combo strings, parries. We just try to take advantage of everything that the game possibly has that is fast. Alright, good movement there. Also, being able to like know your reach is extremely good because like, especially with Siegfried, it helps you out, you know, when it comes to like the distance. If you do like, you know, an attack that has like some decent reach, you can like, you know, save maybe like a second by not walking all the way or something like that. Little cutscene here, literally for sharing for later on into the run. Alright, moving in here, I do think, or I do believe I messed up here. So right there, that's like the weak version of the Soul Charge attack, which I missed, unfortunately. So I decided to do a strong version right there. Weak one, and just finish up with a combo. The reason that I decided to finish off the last one with a combo is because I want to have a decent amount of soldiers coming in, because I'm gonna be facing 2 Lizardmen and 2 Berserkers right now, and those enemies can be like, I would say, yeah, like right there. Actually, I should say they can be a little more on the RNG heavy aspect of the game, because they tend to block more often than like weaker enemies. Trying to be a little bit reserved with Soul Charge because I'm gonna need it coming up against the boss. So yeah, Fafnir, right? So this guy has like 2 phases. He has the ground phase and the flight phase. So the ground phase, pretty simple, you know, you just attack the dragon, and then with the flight phase, you have to, you know, use these crossbows that are located on the side of the stage in order to hit him with his flying. However, the positions, the locations in which like Fafnir locates itself, it's all RNG, his movements and everything. So right here, I get a movement of 1 towards the crossbow, good RNG, that's what we want. Movement of 1 here, you know, is usually what happens. He does a movement of 2, and you know, doesn't position himself in one of the crossbows, unfortunately. But right there, I got a good RNG. So overall, that whole process was decent RNG. You want like you want Fafnir to do an attack and immediately go towards like a crossbow. So right there was like pretty good RNG. We also get hit a lot on purpose to build Soul Charge, because after this we can just go in. Bad Soul Charge attack, got attack or hit, and then just one more, yeah, good. So the first Fafnir that you face, or the first time you face Fafnir, you know, you're actually hoping for like good patterns, because otherwise you have to go against like, you know, a lot of odds, especially because like later on the game will become more difficult, enemies will be more defensive. They can block more often and things like that, and that can, you know, lose you some time.
I can't stop here.
Also, this point. Okay, no, actually, I wouldn't say that. This is the last stage for chapter 1. And right here is when we get the last 3 experience items in order for Siegfried to reach max level with his first weapon. Throughout the run, there's 5 weapons that we want to level up. Obviously, Siegfried's first weapon, since we're playing mostly with Siegfried. Then on chapter 2, we try to level up Siegfried's second weapon, which we only use once, unfortunately. Out of like 3 stages, that is actually pretty good. And that is because like we don't get like the benefits. For example, Fafnir, if you have New Game Plus, you will use Siegfried's second weapon the first time you face it. We're gonna face Fafnir once again, and that's when we use it for this run, for this category. And also the boss Barbaros is pretty good using Siegfried's second weapon. However, when we unlock Siegfried's second weapon, it's level 1. So the way how like the game records like experience for the weapons is like, oh, alright, you unlock the weapon, right? But it's level 1. So you have to go through a stage in order for like the weapon to get all the experience. It's already there, you just have to like, you know, record it. So that's why we only use Siegfried's second weapon on one stage only. Also in chapter 2 we also unlock Astaroth and Sophitia, and we level up Astaroth because we're gonna be character locked later on into the run. So we'll use Astaroth right there. Chapter 3 we level up Taki, which is one of the best characters in the game too. And once we unlock Taki, we try to play Taki as much as possible. And the last character that we level up is in chapter 4, and that is Lloyd from the Tales series. Yeah, a guest character in this game. Alright, so far though, overall, I think like this little area right here wasn't like the greatest one. I'm very low on soul charge, something that I really need to mention. Usually on a good attempt here, I already have a decent amount of soul charge. I'm able to like defeat the Lizardman extremely fast by using soul charge moves. But right here I got a little bit unlucky. It was still decent, you know, but it could be a little bit cleaner. Get some soul charge here as well as some health. I go immediately for the soul charge attack to get rid of the excuse me, the Lizardman. Do combo attacks against these enemies so I can defeat them fast. Right there I decided to use soul charge because it was going to be pretty useful there. Ooh, oh, give me a sec. Sorry, I like a little weird message. Come on. My apologies for that. Alright, now soul charge try to defeat all the Lizardmen with them because, you know, it's faster. You literally one-shot Lizardmen, which are kind of like mid-level type of enemies. Right here I get my last experience item and also a little bit of soul charge. Right here I do remember having like bad targets. So you saw how like I was targeting like the first enemy that was in front of me, and then it changed targets. That wasn't me, that was literally the game doing it. So little things like that can happen throughout the run. So I still don't know how it works. It just literally happens. So it's just like an RNG factor at this point. Alright, pretty good. So right here we go to Cathedral 2 to unlock Astaroth, and also get, you know, some of those experience items for Siegfried's second weapon. Usually you need 6 experience items in order to level up one weapon to be max level. And usually the route right here usually does that. It's like, alright, get a 9 experience items minimum. per weapon that I'm trying to level up. A lot of skeletons here. Trying to use my best. I'm trying to be a little bit more aggressive here, because ooh. Okay, good. I'm trying to be more aggressive because the splits that I was using when I was doing this run were, in my opinion, extremely good. So like I have to like play more risky, more aggressive too, in order to like, you know, save some time overall. Because I was very concerned about like getting bad RNG later on into the game. That's literally something that you should always be concerned about. Right. You know, one shot two enemies. That was extremely good. Unfortunately, that didn't go too well. I was getting a little bit annoyed at this spot for sure. I'm getting like hit by everything. Grab some health here because I was a little bit scared. And something that you will realize is like those red enemies, I can actually kill them now with the 1-2 combo. Because, you know, my weapon is max level, I'm stronger. Boom. Right here, soul charge, yep. Extremely clean. Almost perfect, if it wasn't because I got hit there. Also, I have to point out that at this point, I changed my splits a little bit. I edited the splits, so like the War Breaker, I know it says like 250-17 by me. That's the current War Breaker time in the leaderboards for New Game Plus. The War Breaker at the time when I did my run was 2 hours, 40 minutes and 20 seconds. A pretty good run overall. And because of that, I decided to like grind a little bit more to get this up to 40, which we get on this run. A little puzzle here, you know, pretty self-explanatory. Just hit the statues so that they rotate at the right, you know, part or way. So something to note here is like you want to have a decent amount of soldiers coming into like this little area, because we're going to encounter one of the, I guess, well, kind of like annoying enemies to deal as a casual, and is the door enemy. So for this one, okay, first of all, I'm trying to get hit on purpose so I can build some soul charge. And we use soul charge attacks because this enemy can only be hit once per cycle. So the more damage that you do with one attack, the better. Otherwise, if you use weak attacks or normal attacks, it will take you like maybe like 4 or 5 cycles. So, you know, we're trying to be fast. Now we're fighting Astronaut. I'm trying to use as many soul charge attacks as I can. As a combo, mostly. So I try to do a 4-hit combo in order to get a follow-up attack with the soul charge. But overall, pretty clean fight.
I can't give you my life.
Alright, Temple 1 coming up. This is a soul mission with Siegfried. Because of that, I decided to level up Siegfried once again here. And also, this is the stage that you unlock Sophitia. Oof. Get out of my way. The mummy's enemies right now, they're kind of weak. So, you know, we use our, you know, bread and butter combo 1-2 into dodge cancel. Right? Do some soldier attacks if you multiple enemies one attack, you know. Very smart. Skeleton enemies now. Try to do the same thing. I think it worked a lot. It worked a little bit, not the best, but we do what we can. Get out the poison there, little gas. So far, this is like one of the easiest stages to almost messed up that swing, by the way. So because I know there's gonna be another door enemy coming up, I'm trying to be a little bit reserved, just a tiny little bit when it comes to like soldiers management. Also because like there were going to be some lizardmen here. Good double kill there. Unfortunately, because some of the attacks got blocked, my soul charge Well, it's very low, as you can see, so I have to do other things. The best way to deal with that rune is like if you have a decent amount of soul charge, you can just defeat a lot of the lizardmen pretty fast. But overall, it was pretty clean. We go this way. This rune is pretty easy. 4 mummy enemies that you have to, you know, spawn by defeating or destroying these coffins, and just do a 1-2 combo and, you know, get it done. If you have soul charge here or a decent amount of soul charge, the other option is to do a soul charge attack, a quick one. Grab the experience item there. Berserkers here. 4-hit combo into a soul charge attack. Right there I did the follow-up kind of wrong. You see that? Like, he was blocking, and until I gave him an opportunity to stop blocking, I couldn't do anything else. So that's what I mean, like, blocking in this game is considered like bad RNG. So right here, skeletons, actually a good way to the room orders here, because you can use a little bit of soul charge and you can build it up pretty easily, since like a lot of these enemies, there's a lot of these enemies and they get defeated pretty easily. So overall, 6 units of soul charge, decent, good enough in order to destroy the door. Da, 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 da. Here I do it. Get hit on purpose to build more soul charge once again. I stopped targeting the door at this point, do the attack, in order to like come here, get a little bit of health, and be good to go. Little cutscene here. Change back to Siegfried. There's gonna be 4 enemies that I want to destroy as fast as possible. And then after that, I'm gonna use soul charge for these berserkers. Optimally, I would have liked to hit them like together, but didn't get it.
Cut down anything that's in my way.
So at this point, mentioned too, this is where I decided to like level up Astaroth, since this is the first time that we actually get to like select him, you know. So I'm like, all right, cool, let's get it. We tried to level up Astaroth. Mentioned one, Mountain 1, and then I forgot the next stage. But the next stage, we actually tried to level up Astaroth. Right here, this was very, very bad coming from my part, because I was getting hit a lot against these darts. I got a lot of bad movement on my mansion stages, unfortunately. I wasn't very happy with it. Alright, good. 1-2 combo. Unfortunately, they were moving a little bit away from my combos, so that's why not all my hits were connecting. Think there's some soul charge here? Oh, I guess not. I thought I was meant to go for it. See there, I'm getting hit a lot. I tried to jump, mistime it. Little things like that happen a lot here on this run. You know, overall, I could have saved like maybe, like, you know, fixing those little mistakes could have saved overall like 5-10 seconds from the run. Targeting system was acting a little bit weird. I was able to change targets pretty well. Go right there. Target this other guy right here. There's 10 enemies that spawn here, so you know I tried to do my best to like cover all the options so I can defeat him like as fast as possible, depending on how they spawn. Get a more soul chest here, pretty good. Wait it out. I have a theory that you can actually do this kind of fast if you are able to like time it. Like, I'm pretty sure you can like jump and attack at the same time and destroy the darts, so like you are able to like do that kind of fast. But I think it will be kind of hard to do. I was hoping for a double hit there, unfortunately I didn't get it. Alright, first experience item with Astaroth here. Good thing is like I was able to memorize most of them and I missed that. I was tilted for sure. Or not tilted, but like a little bit like concerned about like, you know, I was actually ahead by a decent amount of time. And I'm like, that's kind of weird, because like I said before, I thought like my splits already on my previous one was already good enough. Oh my god, they destroyed me right there. A lot of blocks. I get soul charge here. Yep. Right here I get hit. Like I'm not concerned about getting hit or not. Oh, I actually don't get hit. Okay, cool. Never mind. But usually when I go towards that little area, I usually don't think too much about it. If I get hit, I get hit. Also, I almost forgot to grab that during the run, which it would have, like, you know, made it kind of hard maybe for me later on. I position myself in a good angle in order to do a soul charge attack that can take care of those two guys at the same time. So pretty good there. So right here I did, man. So when you, like those big areas with spikes or swords, whatever you want to call them, up here, you can actually jump over them, but it's like it's a super tight jump. And I'm trying to be like extremely great. I'm like, maybe I can get it and things like that. But unfortunately I get hit a lot. Alright, little story here. Get hit on purpose in order to cut off a decent portion of the little maze here coming up. We go back here, so we waste a little bit of time overall, right? But it's for a good reason. We get some experience. Plus, we can get some soldiers here. It's on the way. Always get it. Chop and swing. Good. And I believe this is the last room for this stage. Alright. The switches there. Activate the spawns. Skeletons. Try to defeat him as fast as possible, because I know that after I defeat these skeletons, there's gonna be berserkers coming in. 1, 2, double kill, pretty good, extremely clean, good RNG and everything. Not bad. It's just that I definitely played a little bit sloppy on that stage. Mountain 1. So in this one, there's like 3 experience items, but we only grabbed 2. The reason being is like there's gonna be a room with ice pillars. I'll point it out once it happens. But the whole point of it is like in order to get the experience item in that room. Oh, actually, before I even say that, right here, this is one of the weird stages and only stages in the whole kind of like run or game that you only have to, like, you know, do the puzzle and you don't have to defeat the enemies. Well, this is the only stage. There's 2 rooms like that, actually. And I didn't know that before. It took me a while to test it out. I'm like, is it even possible? And hey, it worked out. So that's actually kind of cool. I believe the room that I'm talking about is coming up. Yeah, it is. So this room right here, you see these ice pillars. If you defeat all the enemies here and you destroy all the ice pillars, you're gonna get like a rare spawn of an enemy that's gonna drop experience if you defeat them. But because destroying all the pillars takes a while, I decided to opt out of doing that and just get the other experience later on into the run. Maybe if you get lucky, you know, you can destroy all the pillars while you're defeating the enemies, but I think that will be like, you know, kind of like a TS level type of thing. Very bad. They're coming from my part. Literally just making little mistakes here and there. Wait it out. I'm gonna use soldiers here to like go through this part pretty fast. Change back to Astro right here because this is where the first experience item that we get to get it's located. And we continue playing as Astro right here because the other one is like literally pretty close. So like there's no point in changing. Right here we do this. Hit it right here. That's the last one. Very bad swing there. Something that I need to point out already is like Astro's range is like one of the worst ones, so that's very unfortunate. What we got here? I believe there's a bunch of enemies here that I just have to like destroy. I tried to use my biggest attack that covers the big area here. Triple kill, 1 single kill there. Trying to position myself in good angles in order to, like, you know, get double kills and everything else, but at this point I'm like, oh no, I didn't get a good, like, I got the good angle but the distance was off, so this could be a little bit cleaner, but overall good.
What I seek still lies ahead.
Oh, a little stretch there. What we got? Imperial City 2. I believe this is where the game starts getting more difficult because we get introduced to like the kind of like strongest versions of certain archetypes of enemies. Oh, excuse me. So right here we have the armor skeletons. So these guys actually take 3 hits to defeat, or usually the 3-hit combo to defeat. So you see, that's usually the 1-2 combo. I did it by mistake, and I have to follow up with a 3rd hit in order to defeat those guys. So for this stage, literally the main purpose is to destroy those towers. So you know, I try to do that. Then focus on the enemies. Alright, if you're trying to learn the speedrun, here is another location for the experience. Or even overall, like for example, if you just want to like, you know, play the game or do like 100% of the game just casually, it will be very important to grab all the experience that you can, you know, early on. Because otherwise you would have to like grind a lot. That's one of the reasons as to why I decided not to do a 100% run. Casually, it took me like 24 hours in-game time in order to like get 100%. And what it is for me considering 100% is man, that was so bad destroying those barrels. What it's considered for me being 100% is obviously unlocking all the weapons, which takes a while. You have to grind a lot to do that. And also getting an S rank in every single quest, which it will also be a little bit difficult. Right here I'm getting wrecked by the crossbows, unfortunately. But after that, it should be easy peasy. I believe I got some health here, change back to Astro to get more experience, good. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that was actually pretty good. So the first social attack that I did over there, I should have used a strong one, but it was still good though. Still faster than like maybe like a normal 3-hit combo. Maybe, I don't know. I will need to time it. So unfortunately, targeting system screwed me over a little bit there. No other words. Pretty good overall. This was actually pretty good. The fact that I was able to get a double kill with a 3-hit combo. The cheesy lines too. I hope you guys enjoy it. I jump here. Just got hit by that. Man, that's a little slower than another game. Also, maybe I should point it out right now, but I'm playing on my Wii U. So that's why it's like, you know, widescreen and everything else. Also, I'm gonna be 100% honest. I don't know if there's kind of like a difference between like loading times. Usually there is like a small difference when it comes to like Wii and Wii U loading times. So if you're definitely interested in like running this game, I guess I will recommend running it on the Wii U. Alright, pretty good right there. Oh, very unfortunate that I got hit there. All those crossbows. Alright, pretty clean. Also, this is all done with motion controls. You barely press any buttons. If anything, there's only like 4 buttons that you can press. Everything else is motion controllers. You have a button for targeting. You have a button for blocking. You have a targeting. You have a button for jumping, and you have a button for activating soul charge. Everything else, like all the attacks, all the mobility options, are done with motion controllers. I get some experience there. So now, the mummies usually took like 2 hits to defeat them. Now they take 3. So since I know that, I try to be like, you know, smarter when it comes to dealing with those enemies. Alright, coming up here, I change back to Astaroth to grab the 9th experience item. There it is. Double kill, I heard it, yeah. So right there I use a different type of social attack to move forward. Sometimes it is useful to do that one, that trust social attack, because it can move you forward and like, you know, you can be closer to like the next enemy. So little things like that I try to like to do a lot, or as many as I can, if the situation like allows it. I decided to do soldiers there. I think overall this room was extremely bad. I felt like a lot of the skeletons were trying to run away. Like that, like they tried to like backdash, moving a lot sideways. You know, that guy got stuck over there in the pots first time it happened in my life. I'm like, man, that was so bad. So that could be a little bit cleaner. Right here I get another experience item for Siegfried. That puts me at 17 experience items with Siegfried. And like I said before, you need 9 to level up your weapon, at least to make sure that it levels up. So the next or the last experience item that you grab for Siegfried will be in the next stage, Village 1. Man, that was very unfortunate. The lizardmen there gave me a lot of trouble too. The best way to deal with those lizardmen is do a vertical strong soldier's attack, and then that will not kill them, but like after that you just have to do a normal hit and then they will die. Other than that, you have to do a 4-hit combo. But doing the 4-hit combo with Siegfried right now, it just, you know, takes longer. Alright, man, this boss targeting system, literally I dislike seeing it, but when it happens to me during a run, it's even worse. It's just like one of those weird things that you're just like, why? I was trying to do this a little bit better. I was trying to get a lot of double kills. I was very lucky. Get it there. I get hit there on purpose. Hit that. Get hit on purpose again, so I can build some soul charge. Because we actually needed a lot here. Very unfortunate right there. So my social attack didn't go through all the way, and I got hit. And because of that, I wasn't able to like finish up the first phase. So right here, I actually lost a decent amount of time. Maybe like 15 seconds or so. Right, third phase. Coming up. So one of the things about this boss is like this boss tends to move around a lot, as you saw, and he tries to do a lot of projectile attacks. This is very like, if you mess up that fight, you can lose you a lot of time because you're trying to like approach it again, be close to it, and he's like trying to keep you away. So he's not too bad in 90% the first time you fight him. The second time you fight him, since your character lock and you have to use Astaroth, it's actually kind of difficult.
I have to get stronger.
Alright, so Village 1, right? Like I said, this is where I grab another experience item for Siegfried, and that will put me at 18, which technically speaking, you know, makes me have 2 weapons being max level. Try to use some good mobility here. However, like the ninja archetype is actually pretty annoying to deal with. They're pretty fast, good mobility. If you're not careful, they counter attack pretty well. So there's experience. Destroy that. Move forward. Also very important to note is like the location of the spawns of the enemies. Knowing that can help you a lot when it comes to like, okay, which enemies should I be targeting first? And little things like that. Okay, good. 1, 2. Right here, I tried to do a social attack to hit both enemies. Unfortunately, I have a good angle. That experience item is not mandatory, but like it was little on the way, so I grab it. I believe I grabbed some experience items that I shouldn't be grabbing at some point, just because like they're literally right there. I'm like, you know, I just want to grab it. right here. No, defeat those enemies first. Social attack here. That works like 99% of the time, so very good to use it there. I wait it out because I know there's like a weird targeting system going on there. It always happens. I'm used to it, so like that bad targeting system is so common. Like it happens always that I literally wait for it. So right there, I didn't need to grab it, but I grabbed it. I grabbed it anyway. So right here we have a pretty bad matchup for a boss fight. Seyfried against this guy isn't very good actually. So I tried to use the strongest attack that I have possible in order to do, a decent amount of damage. But overall, it's not that very good. Try to build more soldiers here. Wait it out for his attack. Give him an opportunity. Try to overextend the combo. Wasn't able to like do pretty good on it. Pretty good right there. Very good stage overall, even for like Siegfried standards. The best matchup for that boss is having Taki, which now we're gonna focus on trying to level her up. So Siegfried, change back to Taki. You have as many experience as that you can with Taki, and then we will transition to Taki later on into this chapter. But pause. So I changed to Taki immediately because the first experience item is literally right here at the beginning. Here it is. And now we get introduced to another very annoying character archetype, Assassins. Assassins are kind of like similar to the ninja archetype, which like they're kind of like aggressive, have good mobility. But man, if you get like wrecked, or if you get very unlucky, you can get wrecked by having multiple assassins attacking at the same time. Like that almost happened right there. The best thing about it is like right here at this point into the run, they're kind of weak, so they die with a 3-hit combo with a normal sword charge attack. I tried to position myself better. Very unfortunate that I messed up my swings there. Motion controllers can be a little bit hard. Tried to grab that soul charge there, but I was messing it up a little bit. Right here, since I know that I have a decent amount of soul charge, I tried to do a lot of like, big attacks coming in. That was very unfortunate. So I hit that guy in the air, so I decided to like, change targets. Because something that I'm gonna point out right now, and you guys will see it later on maybe into the run. I know it happens a couple of times. It's like when the enemy is laying in the ground. So like the enemy is literally on the ground with his back on the ground. They take less damage. I don't know why. Since like they're vulnerable, I would have thought like they will be like, receiving more damage, but it doesn't. Change back here to defeat this enemy with Taki because it has experience, and then I switch back to Siegfried. I got unlucky here that there was a late spawn. I hate when that happens. Also, something to point out is like if you attack an enemy from behind, you actually do more damage. So, that's actually kind of good. I position myself here to defeat that enemy and get some soldiers. Right here, I do a thrust soldiers attack. I do it again to break those things, and then focus on these enemies right here, the red enemies, because since they have projectiles, they can get in the way pretty easily. Oh, bad motion controls there from my part for sure. Man, they were avoiding a little bit. You see that little thing? It's like, man, you guys are good. But overall, not too bad. Can be cleaner, but that was actually like better, like above average. Grab some soldiers here because we're gonna be fighting Mitsurugi. But I changed to Taki to grab the last experience item right here at the end. Change back, and then once again, soldiers attack. Try to get as many like double kills as possible if I can. At this point, being a little bit reserved, I'm literally paying attention to my soul charge consumption right now. when I was doing the run, and I'm like, all right, you know, I need to leave a little bit for Mitsurugi. So that guy took like 6 or 5 hits, literally because like I attacked him when he was on the ground. Right here, I open up with a combo, then into a soul charge attack. I do a trust. So these kind of like enemies, they have like armor, so that can be a little bit annoying to deal with. He definitely blocked a lot though. I do feel like this one can be like way better.
I don't have time to stop.
It can be like maybe like 3 seconds better. I don't know if that was a gold split, but it can be better for sure. Alright, Mountain 2. In comparison to Mountain 1, we actually get 3 experience items here, because they're literally all in the way.
I don't have time for you.
Alright. Just avoid the boulders right here. Pretty simple. And we got the wolves here. I got lucky that I got a pretty good delay combo here, which I haven't mentioned that, right? So depending of your timing of the swings for the controller, you might get different type of like combos. Even if it is like the, for example, the 3-hit vertical combo that we usually do a lot, it has like another variation that is like a stronger version. So in comparison, like the strongest 3-hit combo is the strongest a 4-hit combo that we usually try to go for. So little things like that are kind of like important to know, because at least you know like you're not trying to do it on purpose, because like trying to delay your combos, like it was that one, that was the strongest version, right? Trying to delay your combos is like something that I'm not really too concerned about. I'm literally just trying to be fast as possible. So, you know, that's why I'm like, as long as I'm fast, that's all I care about. Very fortunate that he avoided that. Also, you know, that's why I changed to tech, because that blue enemy had the experience. Alright, Berserker here. Okay, I actually went for 2. Interesting. I would have done 1 social attack into a combo, but or at least I feel like I would have done that if I, like in my current like position right now. Alright, pretty good fight there overall. I think right here I get like good RNG. Yeah, it's like something that can happen in this game is like if an enemy jumps, like tries to do like any type of like jump attack, and you hit in between that, like they get hit kind of weird and they can like mess up your combos. So I actually got kind of lucky that the wolf when he jumped and he tried to attack me, I actually got a pretty good consistent hit there. Obviously I changed map to get some experience there. I do feel like I wasted a lot of experience with some enemies. Could be better, but it's alright. Here, boom, get him.
I don't have time to stop.
Alright, mention 3. Last stage to level up Jackie to her max level. Ooh, excuse me.
I'll get rid of both of you.
So right here we destroyed these spots. Kept on soul charge, obviously. I believe there's gonna be more a little bit further ahead. So, but see my mansions, man, they were pretty bad. I get hit a lot. I was being too greedy. Got it. One, 2, 3 combo. Very unfortunate that item hit me. Very unfortunate that I wasn't like close enough, you know, to like not kill that enemy. He backdashes, so like my attack literally being connected pretty well. So at this point, this room was actually pretty bad because I wasted a lot of soul charge. Coming up right here, change, get the experience, get hit on purpose. Change back. And this room, if I didn't waste too much soul charge already, man, that was so bad. It's gonna be a little bit better. The previous room and this room. So right now, like you see, like, no, it's literally like me messing up soul charge usage. Hey, hello, Sylvanas. How did killing 100 push-ups? Who knows? Who knows? Ultra Instinct unlocked maybe? Alright, we change back to Taki here, because, man, I cannot talk. Experience setting, coming up, there it is. I got it one cycle over the way there, so it's kinda cool. Change back, get hit because my mentions in this game were, in this one were pretty bad. I'm still gonna point it out, dude. I'm like, it could have been way better. Alright, Assassins. 3 hit combo. Man, that was so unlucky. Try to do a double kill there. Do soul charge. I was a little desperate at the point. Hit one shot Jiren. Hey man, that's the power of 100 pushes per day. One punch man. Alright, soul charge here. And in order to destroy those berserkers kind of fast, you know. Get some health there. I usually don't grab that, but because I was low in health, I'm like, I'm gonna play it safe. I don't want to die. Right, boom. Another one, good. Change back here to Taki, and this is the last experience item for Taki, and now she's max level. Good. I'm moving around a little bit here so I can fix the camera. I believe this is Assassins. I got one hit there. Like, they were running a lot too, so I could have gotten like better hits there. Good triple kill there. Unfortunately, I got a kind of like delayed spawn because of it.
What I seek still lies ahead.
But regardless, pretty good, pretty good. Alright, where we're going? Imperial City 3. Okay, so this is where we start using Taki, and we see like how good she is. The reason that Taki is extremely good is because of her soul charge attack. We actually use the weakest version, and the best, and you know, the weakest version, you only need 1 unit of soul charge to activate it, and it one-shots a lot of enemies. Like a lot of strong enemies, it one-shots, or it can, like, you know, two-shot a lot of enemies. So right here, you know, soul charge, pretty good. I believe the reason that this move is extremely good is Tech is good because she did 20 push-ups. She did 20 pushes like you know, hand still. I don't know if that's the best way to describe it. Alright, so right here I'm trying to be careful and in order to not target the cannons, just focus on the instrument. Also, like the thing that I wanted to say before, so Taki's attack, it's a multi-hit attack, and the normal hit is like strong, but because it's kind of like a multi-hit attack, it's even better. So like that's why it's like so good. Right here I got bad targeting. Oh, this is like, this guy usually dies in like 3 hits. It took me more than 3 because like it was laying on the ground. That's what I mean, like enemies take less damage when they're on the ground. Is your favorite meme? Is it like a brand new meme coming up? I haven't heard of it like recently like that until like you show it to me. Alright, pretty clean room overall. So right there you see those barrels appearing right now. There's soldiers right there, so I tried to play it a little bit more risky here, which it doesn't pay off pretty well here. So my plan right now is like, alright, I want to like use normal combos to defeat the assassins, but because I was getting anxious, I decided to use soldiers instead. So it's already a bad thing. I decided to stop targeting that guy because he's laying on the ground. It will take me forever to like defeat him. So these wave of assassins is literally looking extremely bad. So I'm like, okay, it's done. Now I just need to take care of this guy. So once again, my plan is like do a lot of combos. If I can get some soldiers, I'll do it. This was a miss input. I did the strong version of the soldier attack, which did actually help me out a little bit. I think. Wait, was that the one that you showed me, or no? I think it appeared on my YouTube feed. All right. So right now, I knew like the Lucifermen were coming, so that's why I decided to use most of my soldiers there. But overall, this wasn't very good. Also, I could have died at any moment. So right now, get some health. Now we're back on track. And in that case, like the one with Tension Hand defeating Majin Buu, it's appear on my Facebook page. I haven't watched it though, but I'm like, dude, 30 push-ups anyway. Alright, very lucky here overall. I do feel like a lot of blocks coming from the Lizardman. This is like when the game can become extremely, I guess, annoying, especially as a runner, because like you want to be fast, you want to land attacks while the enemies are blocking, and if they block your soldier attack, you're just wasting it. It messes up with your mental state for sure. Oh yeah, I haven't been able to watch it yet though. Definitely, like they look kind of funny to be honest. The editing, at least of the first one that you sent me, was pretty funny. All right, I'm playing it risky here too. As you can see, there's a bunch of cannons, and they can like mess me up. All right, this is kind of like risky a little bit. So Taki actually is good, at the same time is bad against dragons, because like she can do a lot of damage, but you need a very good angle in order to target in a specific part of the dragon in order to do like max damage. Otherwise your attack can miss. So right there it was pretty good overall.
Be destroyed.
And that's something that I'm actually putting into consideration for the New Game Plus All Quest category. I'm like, which fights are good for Taki when it comes to a dragon, and which ones are not. Alright, Village 2. Alright. So you know how I mentioned before, like that kind of like big fat enemy or boss was a bad matchup for Siegfried? Now you're gonna see how good the matchup is for Taki. It's extremely good. Have you messed up splits? Not yet, not yet. Also, how's the volume? It's just slightly better, right? Or at least I hope. Alright, this part pretty simple. Unfortunately, these red ninjas actually have a decent amount of health. And something that is bad for Taki, although I do say that Taki is one of the best characters because of her soul charge. One of her weaknesses is like she doesn't have like a 4-hit combo. Her 3-hit combo is actually not the greatest. It's kind of weak overall. Yeah, way better. Yeah, I thought so. I messed up a lot of my volumes the other day, and I didn't realize. Right, come here. Avoid this boulder. Yep. Dun, dun. So right here I do messed it up, but I get it. So I want to use soul charge here to destroy those things in one shot. Right here is when I messed it up. So I activated soul charge and something happened and I messed it up. Don't matter, we still coming in pretty strong here. So right here I realized, alright, I have max soul charge, destroy these enemies as fast as possible. Literally just one shot them. Alright, pretty clean. This is where I realized that I messed up a little bit. Because like, I'm like, alright, now I'm not using soul charge because I need it for the boss, right? So right here I'm destroying these things, hoping to get a minor piece of soul charge. But unfortunately there wasn't any, so I have to grab this one. So overall the mobility could be a little bit better, but hey. Boulder avoiding skills. There's one point into the round that I almost forgot there were some boulders coming in and I barely dodged them. And it wasn't a very like kind of risky part. Oh, it's when I'm playing as Astra. So right here you can actually one cycle these these bosses, but it's kind of difficult and it's all RNG because you can land like 2 hits for the most part. The third one, they usually avoid it because like they do a backdash. So 1, 2, decent amount of hits there, pretty good. One cycle. Right here we're coming in. 1. The second hit didn't connect pretty well though, I feel like. But overall, pretty good. If you get a 1 cycle or 2 cycle for like these enemies or these bosses, it's still pretty good. He avoided that, didn't connect it pretty well. I'm not blocking a lot here because I want to build Soul Charge. And there it is. That fight overall could be a little bit cleaner, but I cannot complain too much about it. Alright, Arena 2, which is the first stage for Chapter 4. So Arena 2 is just like you're trying to lock Lloyd. You face him. You also like character lock to only Siegfried. So this fight, in my opinion, can be a little bit difficult because you have to wait for like a good opening. There it is, and then hope that Lloyd doesn't block in order to get your string. So far, I've been pretty lucky. Took me a while to like get some damage. Also, he was kind of like aggressive, like, you know, using her its armor. It's priority, so I'm like, okay, that wasn't the cleanest one. I haven't gotten a good Lloyd fight in a while. And then I changed back to Siegfried because this dragon is actually one of the weakest dragons there is in the game. Alright, good damage. Bad roll there, but it was okay.
This is pointless.
This is pointless.
I didn't even have.
And now we have unlocked Lloyd. So now I changed back to Taki, and then for the second character I put Lloyd. So something kind of like interesting happens on Trial 3. Trial 3, I'm pretty sure it's the only stage that has more than 3 experience items. This stage has actually 6. And my theory behind it is because like the previous stage, Arena 2, didn't have any experience items. So I'm pretty sure the developers were like, well, you know what, you know, on the previous stage we're gonna have some experience and now we're gonna put it on this one, you know, so, you know, double up. Alright, right here, I start to use more of Taki's dodge cancel. Taki's dodge cancel is not that great, but it can be helpful sometimes. Do Soul Charge here, extremely good against these enemies. This is like the strongest version of the assassin archetype. And they're very dangerous actually, because they have a parry. I destroyed that thing in order to advance, but before we actually go to the right way, we get some soldiers here, and then the first experience item. Now, something to point out is like, the last 5 experience items are literally at the end of the stage, so don't be concerned about them. Just focus on like doing pretty good. Oh my god, I'm getting wrecked there. Decided to use a little bit of Soul Charge because I felt like I was messing up. Sorry. There's a lot of walking on this stage, unfortunately. Just trying to reach like the next bar with enemies. This is like kind of like a little like, the whole stage overall is like a puzzle slash like maze, the way they design it. It's like you have to obviously like take different paths, decide which path is like the fastest one or the correct one, and also, you know, the fact that like you have to like be fast about it. Okay, decent area there, I guess. Oh yeah, this was actually pretty clean because I have a decent amount of Soul Charge. You want to have a lot of Soul Charge here because this is for assassins. Unfortunately, I feel like I missed a lot though. Man, look how hard they hit, dude. Alright, very important here, you stop targeting. Because otherwise you're gonna be targeting that thing and it takes a while. And now I continue going back to where we came from. Right, pretty good there. Safe to do that. The little hallway parts of this stage actually were pretty clean in my opinion. Didn't struggle too much. Usually you can get like pretty bad patterns with the wolves. They can start like, you know, backdashing a lot, moving around, attacking you a lot, and you can get overwhelmed pretty easily. Right here, it's very rare that I actually have to grab that life. Usually I have more health than that, but right here I'm trying to position myself once again in order to get a good angle to do max damage. The second hit didn't connect pretty well, the third one did. Fourth one didn't. Trying to avoid this attack, I do mess it up because I'm trying to get greedy. It's still pretty good. So right now we just have to make it to that kind of like yellow stone. Oh, Yellowstone, hey. And then after that, we're just gonna focus on getting all the experience for Lloyd. Bum, 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 bum. So there's gonna be a lot of walking here. But from like the little research and like testing that I did, this was the best and fastest way to get all the experience. Alright, so here's the second one. And at this point I just decided to just continue playing as Zoe since like it does feel like there's like a little delay when you change characters, so I'm like, yep. Ooh, excuse me, continue playing as Zoe here. Plus most of them are kind of like close together, see? That's the fourth one. So very important here, do not attack the times. If you attack the times, you're gonna get locked and you will not be able to grab the last two. There's the fifth one. And then unfortunately the last one is a little bit far away, but it's literally kind of like on the way, so I'm like, it's not too bad. There it is. Good. Da, 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 da. And then another good thing about it is like, even if you're like low on soul charge, you can grab a little bit here. Which is extremely good in order to do this, the TED area kind of fast. So you just do your soul charge attack, just do it a bunch of times and you'll be done. Hey, done!
I expected more than this.
Right, Mountain 3. So Mountain 3, we have another case in which like we'd skip one experience item. So right now Lloyd has 6, so we grab 2 here. And the reason behind it is like the same reason as to why it was on Mountain 1. It's like that room with the ice pillars, you have to destroy them all, destroy all the enemies there in order to get like the special spawn. But I'm like, that just takes too long. Here I tried to use more of Teki's dash cancel because it's actually helpful here. But at the same time, you know, try to be fast, use soul charge. I can build it up pretty easily. I know that after I defeat these enemies, I'm gonna get more soul charge, so I'm like, just use it. Oh, thank you, I appreciate it. I just did a lot of like, when I wasn't doing runs or anything like that, I was actually thinking about like, you know, the run overall, like what's possible. Because of all the attempts that I've done, it's like it gave me like information on like how to improve things like that. And it's a skill that I actually picked up by playing Super Smash Brothers. Just because like I pick up different things, I pay attention to different things that I see, and then I start thinking about them later on. Right here I changed characters because this is like a dangerous area, and also I get some experience. I don't want Taki to die here. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, moving in. Alright, I met the cycle. Change back to Taki here. This is kind of like a dangerous area or dangerous room. Because there's a lot of spawns here with like very tough enemies. I'm trying to be as fast as possible, so if I see the soldiers, or I have the soldiers, I'm like, I'm gonna use it. I also want to build it up a little bit more, because the second wave of enemies is a bunch of assassins, and they hit pretty hard and they're pretty fast, so I'm like a little bit scared. Decide to get rid of this guy first because he has a projectile attack. This guy was running a lot, unfortunately. Okay, I was able to avoid a parry, so that was good. See, that's one of the things that I have to like, or you guys are seeing, is like, tech is kind of weak. It's like, I get the 3-hit combo, but I still need to get a follow-up in order to kill them. And there's not like a, or at least I don't know of a longer string for Taki. The longest one that I know is a 3-hit. Alright, right here, since I have the soldiers, I decided to use soldiers for this lizardman. Otherwise, it would take like 4 or 5 hits. Grab the experience. Feed the golems. Pretty sure I just kill them with combos, yeah. Trying to build some soul charge. And then almost max soldiers here. Little pulsar here, pretty easy, as long as you memorize the locations of all the torches. Pretty good. What we got next? Oh yeah, it's just the ending. Soldiers attack, so soldiers attack there. Do the 10s, same strategy as before. Miss input there, unfortunately. I decided to like use straight this normally, so I can use the soul charge for the enemy.
You're too weak.
Yeah, hopefully, to be honest. I mean, one of the things that I like is like, at least the satisfaction was that I was able to put some time and dedication to like just writing the game overall. That actually felt very satisfying. But I still want people to like pick it up and be like, oh, this is actually kind of cool, or like someone just comes out of nowhere and actually find glitches. That's something that I wouldn't know how to do. Like, I'm not a glitch hunter or anything like that. But if someone can find like out of bounds, which will be something very useful for the run, that would be kind of cool. But at the same time, I don't want like the whole run to be only out of bounds, because it will take away from like the main game, or the main gameplay of the game, you know, just fighting. Right here, I do believe I did kind of bad. Just overall weird targetings, but at the same time, I got lucky because I was able to get some like double kills right there. Alright, right here, like I said, I usually don't try to destroy like cannons or crossbows, but that one was a little in the way, and it's actually helpful to destroy that one, because it helps me out against this little area right here, because I don't have to target, or I don't have too many options for targeting. So right there, I just cycled like twice, not too bad. Pretty clean overall. Alright. Soldiers attack, I got a double hit, unfortunately not a double kill. He barely got hit for sure. So I stay in this area because I know there's a lizardman coming in. Unfortunately, he blocks, and then I get, you know, teamed up by the cannon and the lizardman. Bad dodge cancel there. Get the last experience item for Lloyd. Now that's 9. Alright, another like dangerous spot right here because of the cannons. But at this point, I'm trying to play it like super risky, just because I was pretty tight on time. Oh man, that targeting system, man. It was, oh my goodness. See how much I cycling through targets? It was just awful. That tilted me a lot during the run. And then I got hit by cannons, which made it even worse. My soldier's attack didn't connect it properly. I'm like, oh no, everything is going so bad.
I'm going to be like Siegfried one day. This is all I can do right now. I'm not gonna run anymore.
Oh, the lines, the cheesy lines. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's bad. I really hope they can have like an alternative that is very similar at that point. I'll take it. Alright, pretty good here. Good double hits. Trying to be careful here not to get hit by the cannons. I'm pretty sure the barrel that I don't destroy actually... Oh no, never mind. It's in another season. I was gonna say, I think the last barrel on the right side actually has soul charge. I'm like, oh no, it's in a different one. Okay, right here, this is something that I really dislike about this part. Is like the wolves only get spawned like one at a time. So like that guy is like literally wasting my time right there. So there's another one. And it was also unfortunate that the double hit that I got with the wolf from the other enemy didn't kill the wolf. I would have rather have the wolf die, because it would have made it easier. Target assistant going whack again. Dude, I love coffee too. Literally coffee is like a part of me. Right here I'm trying to be careful with the berserker. I use some soul charge. Soul charge again. Okay, for this one I don't use it. Oh yeah, good, because I would have been low in soul charge. Good hit there. I'm trying to finish off the combo. Got hit by cannons, obviously. Stop targeting, thank you. Alright, decent resources coming in here. So the big one here is like get rid of the berserker. Stop targeting. Try to destroy the tanks. Unfortunately, I messed up a lot here because I don't have a good angle for the tanks. I'm like, alright, just use the soul charge. Destroy the cannon. A little bit slow there, but like play it safe. Miss input on the swings, obviously, but overall a good finish.
You're too weak.
Oh, I'm sorry, moving around a little bit. Oh, I don't have the greatest chair. Alright, Pirate Ship 2, actually pretty good for Taki. Taki has a very good matchup against Cervantes. There's a lot of enemies that Taki can deal with pretty easily too. Right here, my biggest concern is like try to defeat these enemies as fast as possible. The reason being is like there's a bunch of them at the same time, but like one of the bad things about Taki is like she doesn't have a good attack that can cover a lot of enemies and kill them at the same time. So that's why I'm like, okay, just be fast, then use your soul charge, and you know, get at least one enemy kind of fast. Right, good there. Right here also very good that I do feel like my soul charge gauge is pretty good. Let's throw this little thing here. You might be able to do that with one hit of a soul charge attack. Might be possible. Might be. Right here what we got. Oh yeah, this part can be a little bit difficult, but I actually got good RNG on the target. So right now I decided to just play it clean. Unfortunately I get hit twice, and those guys actually hit pretty hard. Soldiers is not the best, so I decided to use it against the Lizardman. And then just follow up here. Jump. Not the greatest jump, but it's fine. Let's try these barrels, get more resources. Coming in, we have skeletons and berserker. The priority is berserker because there's going to be another spawn. Destroy the other guys with normal combos. Target the berserker. It takes 2 social attacks. There it is. And then also I have a decent amount of soldiers here for the Lizardman. However, I do feel like, yeah, I missed a lot of my attacks, or a lot of my soldiers attacks didn't connect properly. So this room can be even better. Not bad so far. Alright, good. Actually, is that the last one? Oh no, he decided to block. Actually, it wasn't too bad. But it definitely couldn't be better. I was low in soldiers the whole time. This is a dangerous room right here. So you get surrounded immediately, and you want to target the berserkers. Like if you're able to kill one of the berserkers, you have a good chance of like surviving. Because the enemies, like the two berserkers and like the other three projectile characters, can like surround you, and like you get hit like multiple times. You literally get wobble. Okay, messed up there. Couldn't avoid that. Looks like you do soul charge there. Pretty good. Can I make it? I do. Did I go for a follow-up? No, I didn't. Okay, that was good though. I tried to be greedy and intercept the combo, but I messed it up. Plus, he didn't give me a good timing. 1, 2, 3. Pretty good fight overall. It could be slightly better if the RNG was better. Oh, Cervantes didn't do like bad moves at all, but like he didn't give me a good time, or yeah, a good timing actually for actually getting, you know, more hits. Good news, Xbox Live Gold required to play free to play free to play. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, Sonya's way of like dealing with that. It's kind of bad. At that point, I'm like, eh. The only thing that I actually like is like, for example, like how you can do, you have more options for like backwards compatible games with the Xbox Live. So right here we have Barbaros. The best weapon to use against this boss is Siegfried's second weapon, which we just unlocked. However, the weapon is level 1 currently. Even though we have the experience, it hasn't been like processed by the game yet. So, and it's only gonna be processed after we defeat this mission. So, very unfortunate. As a result, I decided to use the first weapon, which is pretty strong, does more damage, and I already discovered ways to like do to attack Barbaros in between. It's risky, but like, you know, I've been practicing a lot. So like, for example, here, you know, 3 hits always. This one here, decent amount of damage so far. Got it. Use the soldiers to speed up the process. Media that's a good way to put it. I think like the reason as to why Sony continues to do it is because, like, you know, the legacy of the PlayStation 2 maybe. Alright, this one is a little bit hard to do, unfortunately. I did mess it up. Only got 1 hit there. You can get up to 3. It does this attack again. Before I knew I can attack in between, it was like that was considered bad RNG. Now it's like it's whatever. I can get a hit. I do believe I messed up here though. Didn't get that second hit there, and then I panicked here and I reacted pretty poorly. So I didn't get any good damage there. So this could be faster, but like maybe what? 5? No, 6. Almost 10 seconds. This is gonna be faster by 10 seconds if I didn't panic. Oh no, make that 15. This is gonna be faster by 15 seconds. Wow, that's such a change.
This is pointless.
Well, that's the whole thing though, like, right? It's like I was listening to a lot of opinions online, and this just came like out of nowhere. But how like Xbox has like, you know, good deals like that. You know, you get like, you know, backwards compatibility, little things like that. But it literally just comes to like IP. Yeah, like Sony's like kind of like marketing or like little things like that. I wouldn't say marketing, but like the special deals and everything else like that. It's not as good though, obviously. But like their IP is so strong and they get like more exclusives. Um, because they're Sony from other companies that they can get away with it. So we decided to do trial 3 right now. We have 3 different options for stages. And the reason that I decided to use this one is because by doing this stage, we unlock Taki again. And Taki, like we said before, extremely good. Aloy? Aloy? Who's Aloy? I do know Spider-Man though. Right. Same process here, you know. Be fast, max damage. I do believe this guy's dying in 4 hits though. 4, yep, there it is, 4. Or is it 0 not? Oh. I didn't know like the name of the main character. I know the game, haven't played it though. Alright, right here, my thought process is like to use Soul Charge, but like don't use it too much. So like, you know, I can use it for all the berserkers. And overall, decent, pretty good. Right, what we got next? Berserkers? No, this part. Oh, I do remember this part being a little bit bad at the end. Man, what am I doing? Why wasn't doing the strong one? Because I got a very delayed spawn. Yeah, there it is. And then bad targeting. Oh yeah, I do know Drake. I played Drake, not Drake, Uncharted 3. They're doing a lot of new moves, yeah, for sure. Plus, I'm definitely watching the Uncharted movie since, you know, Tom Holland is there. I don't know, I know like his character Spider-Man is, well, personally I feel like his character Spider-Man is extremely good, so that's why I got introduced to him. So I definitely want to see what other roles he can play. Right, Trial 3, this is like pretty simple overall, just overuse your Soul Charge. That's all you have to do. If you get lucky, you get like double hits here and there. Very unfortunate that she blocked here. Alright, we got rid of 1. Ooh, that's why this could be slightly faster. I was low on Soul Charge. There it is.
You misjudged your ability.
Kind of like the whole like PlayStation All-Star Royale, whatever it's called. Like more kind of like collaborations with like IP exclusive from Sony, something like that. Like something like Smash Brothers, but it doesn't have to be Smash Brothers. That's what I'm trying to get at. Alright, although I have Taki right now, I decided to play Siegfried here because it's a little easier to deal with these ninjas right now.
I will show you my true powers.
Then I go back to Taki to defeat this samurai. The samurai, I believe they take 3 hits with Taki. 1, 2. Oh, I got hit. Well, maybe 4. I don't know. I'm getting wrecked, so I'm like, okay, whatever. Screw it. Soul Charge. Alright, there it is. More like a MCU. Okay, so like have. But you mean like, well, you do say games, right? Yeah. I don't know how they can do it, cause like that's the whole point of it. It's like, how can you make a story behind it and everything else? It like having like, kind of like party games is a little easier, cause like there's no story behind it. But I don't know how they could do it. All right, good health there. Bad targeting again, dude. Wow. Alright, they do take 3 hits, so that's good. Okay, what's my plan here? Let's see. Soul Charge? Yep, Soul Charge it is. I do have a decent amount, so. Trying to target the green guy? Yep, of course. Finish off with combos? No, Soul Charge again. Interesting. Man. I must be very desperate. I believe this barrel that I don't break has Soul Charge. And I was like, well, whatever. Oh yeah, these ninjas, they're kind of like annoying. They take 5 hits to defeat. So like you finish off your combo and then you get hit if they are aggressive. And now you have to like hope for them to like, you know, give you another opportunity to attack. Oh, okay, I see what I mean. So if they do like movies or games or whatever, have like everything be related. Alright, pretty clean there. So something that I was very concerned for this stage overall though, it's that I need a decent amount of soul charge here because those barrels that I just passed don't have soul charge. It's just experience and life. So because of that, I'm like, okay, you know, I need to be a little bit reserved when it comes to that because like, I want to deal with these, you know, mini bosses right here pretty easily. And just look at that. That's how fast it is using Taki. Like the amount of damage that you can do is just insane. You can raise like a big difference between like Secret and Taki when it comes to soul charge. Okay, good.
This is pointless.
Let us stretch again. What we got? One time for. Oh, excuse me. How well did that one go? I don't remember. Well, we'll see.
Let's go.
Let's do it. Okay. Same principle as before. I say Siegfried here because dealing with the wolves is like way better using Siegfried than Taki. The soldiers attacking against the wolves are it's pretty helpful. Okay, good. Oh, nice. Nice backwards hitbox. Change back. The best thing about it is like I'm not too concerned about soldiers because I can get it right here. Although I do messed up where it was. Okay, so I decided to do combos here. Pretty good. Since there's not a lot of them and the space is kind of close, I decided to just do it with Taki. And have the soldier for these enemies right here. Okay. I could have used Soul Charge against her too. Oh, let me see. Was it good or not? I could have. I usually just defeat these enemies with combos. I guess not. I mean, it doesn't matter too much, right? This part here, though, for sure I want Soul Charge. Really? I could have just used Soul Charge, man. What am I doing? Put it up. Okay. Alright, this one for sure I used it all. Oh my god, you have like... Oh my, you almost have like full Soul Charge. You better use it all here. Okay, one. No, okay, sure, whatever. I could have used... Okay, fine. Okay, not too bad. I do feel I could have used more Soul Charge. I guess... Oh, no. Undo. That was bad, I decided to... Usually my plan is to like target Lloyd because like he's like the most aggressive one. But, dude, Ivy's had like some issues with me because like she wasn't letting me go. And then a little missing input there. She blocked too. Fortunate.
This is pointless.
This is pointless. What we got? Trial 4. Okay, this is where we have to do the character lock stuff. And one of the reasons as to why we level up other characters. So, my plan is like to deal with like probably the worst character that I can play, Astaroth. I mentioned this before, but Astaroth doesn't have a good reach. It's actually pretty bad. However, he's actually very strong though. Another one of his weaknesses is like I haven't been able to determine what's a good way to use his soul charge. I tried to use a normal soul charge attack. Right here, I definitely play pretty bad though. But that's usually the one that I'll be using for the most part. Also, like his charge attack is also kind of good. Another thing to notice is like I really have to be extremely close to the enemies in order for like the 3-hit combo to land properly. If I'm a little bit off, it might not connect properly. So this is another soul charge that I could use. Style forward is path. Really? Isn't this a trial? Or did I put it again? I don't know. Well, apparently I messed up the display somehow. I don't know. I'm not even paying attention. Alright, right here, I'm trying to be careful. Not bad. Not bad. This is where you see more of like the soul charge attack that I decide to use for the most part. Although it looks like it has a lot of reach, it actually doesn't. This attack is like literally the hitbox is super close towards Astro. So that's why you still have the same issue of like, being extremely close to the enemy in order to land hits. So that's one of the disadvantages. Another big disadvantage for Astaroth is the fact that he doesn't have a good soul charge attack that is multi-hit. Because like those are like the best ones. The multi-hit attacks are literally one of the best ones in the game because like they're already strong enough and they do like multiple damage. So kind of like super overpowered. Messed up my swings there. Very unfortunate. Also, his single attack soul charge is not like the greatest either. So like there's not a lot of things going for Astaroth. Right here, the best way to deal with Berserkers is to actually do a 3-string combo into 3 soul charge attacks. 1, 2. Wait it out, messed it up, man. Got burned. I should definitely be like super concerned at this point because of my life. Very low. You see that amount of health later on into the run, you should be panicking. Because like I said, like the enemies at this point, they do a lot of damage. Kind of hard, so I decided to do an attack that covers long distance. Can get some health here, so it's good. Grab my soul charge because we're gonna face more Berserkers. And actually, this is one of the best things that I've done in the run with Berserker. There's actually maybe made it like a little bit more even, because like overall I actually defeated these Berserkers kind of fast. Man, stop blocking though. You can also see when I do the soul charge attack, like that little like energy wave that comes from Astaroth. I'm pretty sure that's the actual like hitbox, like very close towards him. It's literally on him. Dragon coming up. Dragons, like the matchups for Astaroth against dragons, is actually not the best. His combo is actually pretty good. It does a decent amount of damage, but his social attack is like, man. It does a decent amount of damage. It's just like You have to still do it a lot of times. I still don't know what's better, his combos or the soul charge attack. So I switched in between the two of them. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Temple 3. So this is a stage that unfortunately can lose you a lot of time just because of the matchup. The mummy boss and Astaroth have one of the worst matchups. Once again, I don't have a good reach. I have to be a little in front of the boss. The boss literally plays as a kind of like a projectile boss, so kind of like a keep away boss. So that's extremely bad already. But we're not gonna be concerned about it right now. Our main focus right now is like to defeat these enemies as fast as possible. I do feel like I was playing a little bit bad there, but some double kills actually made it okay-ish. Grab more soul shards because we're gonna use it. In a little bit, we're gonna be facing a door enemy. Alright, there it is. Open up. So once again, very important to note, these enemies, they can only get hit once per cycle, and you want to do max damage with one attack. Also, right here, I didn't get hit multiple times because I knew that I wasn't going to get a lot of health. Also, I almost forgot about these boulders. I barely avoided those. So this room is like extremely dangerous because we have a bunch of assassins and a berserker. The assassins are already a big issue. So this point, my thought process was like, just go unga bunga, like just try to defeat the enemies as fast as possible, and it kind of worked out a little bit. If anything, it was literally my fastest time doing that room with Astaroth. To that point, I'm like, okay, I'm okay. I survived. So right here, a little misinput there with the jump. I wanted to come this way, trigger the boulders. I focus on the mummies. Trying to use some soldiers here to speed up the process, change targets. Still surprised that didn't kill. Finish up with a combo, yeah. Do that so I can move toward this other enemy. Ah, you suck. That was slow at the end, but whatever. I think that, yeah, the targeting system screwed me over there. Okay. Right here, this part is not too bad. Usually the plan is to like just do a 1, 2, 3 combo and be done with it. But like, I realized that guy was like running away a little bit, so I decided to use a little bit of soul charge. Finish up the combo. And then I just used soul charge to like play it a little bit more safer, because I didn't want to like move even closer just to get the combo. Coming up, 2 berserkers. My strategy is to like isolate one of the berserkers with a combo. Unfortunately, it doesn't connect properly. I got hit in between the follow-up, so I'm like, okay, whatever, soul charge it is. It blocks, and then I barely was able to like land the last hit, and at the same time I was able to dodge the other berserker. That was kind of cool. So this is something that I usually don't do, but I do it now because I die once. So I changed to Mitsurugi here just because in case something bad happens and I get hit by the axes, I don't die. Use an Astaroth. So now I change back, get my resources, health, soul charge, and now I have to do these mummies again. So right here, I'm trying to be a little bit reserved about like soul charge, But at the same time, I'm a little bit concerned that if I take too long defeating the mummies, it's gonna actually hurt me overall. So at that point, I'm like, okay, just use it as much as you can. You can build that a little bit here. I'm gonna get hit on purpose to speed it up the cycle. There you go. Trying to avoid this. Unfortunately, I suck at it. Plus, he's super big. I use my soldier. The first hit misses. I have an opportunity to do another one. So overall, pretty good first cycle. Not perfect, but good. So this one I'm like concerned because this is where this guy starts like running away more. I was able to like move around decently so I can avoid his first attack. That misses. I've dodged the fireballs. That was good. I'm like super close right now. I haven't been able to mess up a little bit or too much until then. And then I just finish it off right here. Missed input. I tried to like follow up. I get hit. Unfortunately, second mistake of the fight. And then I just jump and hit him. There it is. So overall, that fight was good, but it can be better. It's just like it's extremely hard to do it because like you need good RNG for the patterns of the boss, and you cannot get hit at all. Alright, Mansion 4, this is where we start playing as Lloyd and Ivy. Lloyd is literally, in my opinion, maybe like the third best character, so I will put Taki, Siegfried, Roy in that order. And he has pretty good soul charge attacks. Plus, one of the coolest things that I noticed for Lloyd is like his 3-hit combo might be one of the strongest ones in the game because of the dual swords. You know, he has 2 swords, so like the game kind of like, although maybe tracks, man, yeah, I was trying to be greedy. No one, oh my god. So his combo is kind of like similar to like Asterok in that regard. So what I mean by that is like if you're like extremely close to the enemy and you land all 3 hits, because you're actually hitting with like 2 swords, it does like this kind of like double damage type of thing, right? Which is extremely good. If you're a little bit far away, you might not get like the full potential of the combo. So that's actually kind of cool aspect of Lloyd, the fact that you know you get more damage if you're extremely close because you connect with more swords. Do a little bit of soldiers there, pretty good, very fast too. Miss input, but I was able to follow up pretty nicely. So far so good. I do remember that in like a long time ago I was doing a run of this game, like at the very beginning, and I actually messed up to do one of the switches, so I have to like run back all the way. Literally wasted like 5 minutes almost. Alright, coming up here. What enemies am I gonna encounter? Alright, just skeletons is better to use do the combo. Built up a little bit soul charge, and also just, you know, let it rip, I guess. It's not too bad. The ratio of like defeating 2 enemies with combos and then the last one with soul charge is still pretty good.
I wanted to know what Soul Edge was. And then you found Soul Edge. I did not know what it truly was.
Alright, Berserker right. Oh, okay. Dude, okay. So this one I got such bad RNG. The Berserker block a lot. So I already wasted my soul charge. He jumped right there and he got hit by the soul charge attack. However, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this early into the run, but like if a character, if an enemy does like an aerial attack, and I intercept the aerial attack with like especially a multi-hit attack, like not all the hits connect, and because of that, it can be pretty bad for you because you're literally in a way wasting soul charge because you don't get the full damage out of it. At this point I grabbed the health. I usually don't take it, but I was very low on health. Right here I made another mistake. I decided to do an aerial attack, and unfortunately the enemies decided to stay on the ground for like the longest time, and that wasted a little bit of time there too. Very unfortunate. All my mentions on this run were extremely bad in my opinion. I did a lot of mistakes, And this one, some mistakes and also like bad RNG with the berserkers. The bad RNG aspect, I think I could have worked it out a little bit better though. Like for example, if I realize that like, oh man, like right there, not all my attacks connected myself. Like for example, if I notice like before, like a lot of my attacks were being blocked. If all my attacks were being blocked, I should just like switch to like combos. So little things like that should have been like more aware of that. But I was just playing at least more aggressive overall. So I'm like, yeah. This part right here is actually pretty good with Lloyd. Because of his aerial attack. His aerial attack is pretty good. Although I don't use it here though. I'm actually amazed. Oh well, I actually did. It's good because like the horizontal air attack of Lloyd is like a multi-hit, and if like the darts are coming in, you can still attack like the darts. Pretty good. And here we got some more berserkers. Very unfortunate that he didn't get hit by everything. But it gave me information of like how to deal with these guys. Because I can do that multi-hit attack into like a stomp. Or like another follow-up with Soul Charge. At this point, we literally did all the kind of like the puzzles or all the switches, and we just have to go back to like the main area and head downstairs. Definitely a little bit scared here, so I played a little bit safe there. I was walking so that I didn't, so I don't like go too far and get hit. This is just a lot of walking. Get hit, not too concerned. If anything, it builds Soul Charge. I actually want to see how much time I could have saved overall. Once I make it to like the Berserker room, I'm pretty sure the splits are gonna be showing like how much time I lost. Any minute now. But right here, it's set to be a Soul Charge. Oh no, a combo, okay. Combo in order to build Soul Charge. Use the Soul Charge now. Get the follow up. Very unfortunate right there. Soul Charge. Alright, good intercept. Good kill there. So I could maybe like save like 20 seconds here. Yeah, that was unfortunate. Bad connection there, that didn't connect. I tried to go for a parry. Man, this guy at the end was so mean.
That was a close one.
Yeah, that overall is gonna be better. Way better. So Shape 3. I guess the matchup here is not too bad for Loy, but it's not as good as Taki though. However, there's a lot of enemies that Lloyd actually has like a pretty good advantage. Like Listerman, I do feel like Lloyd has a good matchup against Listerman because of his combo. So like if I don't have Soul Charge, I can still kill with a good combo. And that's something that I'm trying to exploit. Like Soul Charge and like the combo. See that? 3-hit combo, kill. And that's what I mean. It's a 3-hit combo, but if you're close enough, you actually get a 5-hit combo because you're hitting with like the other sword. Good double kill there. Pretty good. Pretty clean. Nice. Very unfortunate right there that didn't kill properly because the Listerman was literally on the air.
What I'm doing right now is basically fulfilling a promise I made to my dad. I see.
Here. Platforming. This bar, I don't know what's the best way to do it. Because I'm very used to doing this part with Taki when I'm doing like New Game Plus categories. But I still think it was still pretty fast what I did there with Lloyd. So normal attack there. Didn't connect properly with the follow-up. So I'm like, okay, just focus on the projectile character. This guy comes charging in and does a lot of damage. So this one I'm like super scared because if that guy did like the orb projectile attack, I could have died. So right here I have to waste a little bit of time getting some health, which I usually don't get. Come here. Even though like sometimes I say like this amount of health is bad, I've been in situations before that I usually run this amount of health coming into like the next enemies, so I'm not too concerned. Plus there's like a healing item on that room where like the enemies are located, so I'm like, worst case scenario I can just grab the item. Right here, you know, Soldier's attack, I get intercepted very bad. But it's not too bad here. I try to use a lot of soldiers here so I can deal with this guy fast. I got the healing item regardless, since, you know, it's right there. Just take too long. You know, also like, you know, precaution just in case I get hit by like the cannons or anything like that. Swing there, good. Jump here, I believe this might be a slightly faster, not too sure. Another Lysamer room, trying to take advantage of my tools here, but I do think like this guy's block a lot. Excuse me. Alright, good opening there. Decided to go for the combo. He blocked that, very unfortunate. So I decided, alright, just want to block. I use Soul Charge. Fortunately, you know, a lot of blocks there at the end. That combo didn't connect properly, unfortunately, so that's why it took me longer. Get resources here, especially because in a bit we're gonna encounter a very dangerous room. Oh, in this room, once again, you know, you really need to make sure that, you know, you destroy the berserkers, otherwise you're gonna be in big trouble. After that, you want to target the projectile characters. I got lucky that this guy didn't block or anything like that. Plus, at the same time that I finished him off, the orb attack, since I was using Soul Charge, I kind of had like armor in it, and I didn't get like blown away. Now here we go, Cervantes. I think the Cervantes was okay. Well, we're gonna see. Good opening. Soul Charge attack connected pretty nicely. Avoid that. Get another follow-up. Trying to be a little bit greedy, trying to get more hits, but like, you know, the timing is like too short. The opening. Get destroyed there, unfortunately. I tried to go for the follow-up. I actually get it, which I'm surprised. Now I'm alright. Give it to me. That's something that I want to do, like that. Avoid that. Go for it. Just need one more hit. Got it. Boom.
Better luck next time. Did it?
So at that point I'm like, cool, you know, pretty clean. Now we have to focus on Taki and Sofitia. This stage with Taki is actually a little bit difficult to deal with because you face two dragons, and like I said, like Taki has a good / bad matchup with dragons because like you can do a lot of damage, but like, you know, it all depends on the dragon, like the movement of the dragon and everything else, how aggressive the dragon is, all those factors. Okay, I'm just trying to take care of all these guys. Miss input, unfortunately, but I still get a kill. Hitting the target from behind, so like I can kill him a little faster. That was pretty lucky too. Did that pretty nicely. Little puzzle here once again. Oh my god! Oh. 3 strings, and none of them connected. Very unfortunate. Man. Overall, if it wasn't because I did a lot of mistakes, this is gonna be for sure a sub 239. But you guys will see how I was able to like save the run on Cathedral 3. Berserkers right here. Very unfortunate. This guy didn't get hit properly, so you know took a little more time. I decided to grab the life since it's right there. Hit this torch right here since it's gonna open up the next part. Oh my god. So right here I tried to use some soul charge, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Just trying to be a little faster overall. Do normal stuff now since I don't have soul charge anymore. I believe I messed up. Oh no, I didn't. Soul charge? No. Okay, normal swings. Got it. Right. Made a good cycle here. I'm just trying to focus on the assassins coming up here. They're not a lot. There's not a bunch of them, so you know, Soul Charge here is extremely useful. That was the last of them. Yep. Change to Sophitia here because Taki has a bad range and dealing with the boulders can be a little bit dangerous with Taki. Didn't notice that. I got hit. Got hit by the boulder. Definitely not the greatest, but I still was able to like do it decently well. This is where we find the first dragon right here, very low in soul charge, so I'm trying to build a little bit here coming up. Jump on top of it, position myself on the angle, get a decent amount of damage, wait out for the claw. Unfortunately my soul charge ran out. Right there. Position myself better. Good. Build soul charge by doing combos now. This is like the thing that I'm concerned about. Jump. Oh, didn't make it on time. Got it. Bad swing there. Like the angle was slightly off. And I'm like, it's okay. It's not the worst yet. Good thing about it is like the dragon was literally close to like the next area, so it wasn't too bad. I get the health just because I'm a little bit concerned. At this one I'm like, I really don't want to die. One death here and the run can die. So I'm like, my time save is not like the greatest one, but you know, we can still make it. Wait it out here. Move. Pretty sure I decided to defeat the wolves normally so I can deal with this guy with soul charge. Yep, there it is. Combo? Man, this guy was slippery. Moving around. Get health and soul charge. Yep, there it is. Now right here we have two berserkers. I really want to one-shot these guys. That's one. Two, alright, pretty good. Then I want to focus on the dragon since I have more soul charge. Right, decent damage there. Good angle. Bad RNG there. Unfortunately, the angle was good, but the dragon moved. Trying to position myself. The tail right there gets in the way, unfortunately. So I'm like, okay, I wasted some soul charge. Might as well build it up. Hopefully, I can get a better angle in a bit. So I come from this way. Didn't get good hits. That one was good, and then we finished it off. So yeah, that's what I mean, like the dragons can be pretty good with Taki, but at the same time they cannot. Kind of something that I decided to do is like for Mountain 5 for like the new route that I'm building for New Game Plus All Quest. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do Siegfried there. Siegfried is not bad against dragons. Right, now we have Village Tree. Pretty good overall stage for Taki in my opinion. You have the matchup advantage with the bosses. Most of the enemies are not too bad, as long as you have soul charge. But something that I do remember for this run, man, that was unlucky, is like a lot of these ninjas are gonna be avoiding my soul charge attacks. Like, man, that hurts. So unfortunately I didn't get a good hit there, so like that guy didn't get one shot. Okay, I'm trying to get as close as possible. Bad swing there, miss input. Get ragged by projectiles, man, campers. I'm trying to build some soul charge here, so that's why I don't do too much soul charge attacks. Then I decide to do it, and then this guy literally avoids it. So the ninjas can avoid like that. It looks cool, just like it's bad for the speedrunner. Alright, here we go. I decided to go for a combo. Because I'm like, alright, I have a decent amount of soldiers. I can deal with these guys pretty normally. But they're gonna be dodging alone. You see that? There it is. So there was a lot of soldiers wasted there overall. And I was forced to do other things, unfortunately. Right here I decided to change to Sophitia, since like Sophitia's vertical attacks are faster. Also you can like, Sophitia's dodge cancel is actually pretty good. Like, pretty fast. So I'm like, good. Jump over here. Get it. Dodge cancel. Jump. Bad jump there, unfortunately I get hit. But it's not too bad. Trying to wait for the spawns for the enemies. Combos? Yeah, combos. Soul charge. Good. Pretty sure he's gonna dodge. Oh no, he didn't. Alright. I'm waiting now a little bit so like that guy gets up. Because I know otherwise I'm just gonna be wasting like my time a little bit. This is why I move around slightly. When they're laying on the ground, move slightly left or right in order for them to like get up and have an opportunity to counterattack immediately. It's a little bit risky too because like the enemies can do wake up attack and that's just bad because we get hit. At this point I'm like, alright, just a bunch of soldiers here because you know, you literally like, I was like very, at this point I didn't have like the greatest time for this play, so I'm like, alright, full pedal to the metal here. I usually try to be reserved here, not anymore. Okay, cool. Pretty clean, pretty clean. This, got it. Now this part I'm trying to be fast, so I use a decent amount of soldiers. So I decided to prioritize the green guy, the soldiers again. And then just finish this guy off with a combo so I can still have a decent amount of soul charge. Right here I know for a fact that the soul charge is right here. And to play it safe I could have gotten the life, but I'm like, alright, I'm low on soul charge, I literally need to play it risky. If I die here it's gonna be bad, but if I don't risk it, the wrong, you know, it gives me less of a chance of getting the goal. Right here I get 1, 2, I try to go for the third attack. For the 1 cycle, didn't get it. 2 cycles, still pretty good. Get another hit to build more soul charge. Almost got the 1 cycle there. Fortunately, it was a 2. Alright, this is where it gets a little more complicated because both of them are close together. Oh my god, if he didn't pull up his armor, I would have got like the 1 cycle. Bad input there. I could have gotten more damage to possibly kill her. But unlucky. But at this point I'm not too concerned. I just want to like avoid those tornadoes and also get an opportunity to attack this guy. I got the kill. I know for if I can have the soul charge, I just need to get an opening. And there it is.
I still have much to learn.
Oh, Cathedral 3. This is the only stage 90% that we actually use Siegfried's second weapon. If it's a new game plus, you actually use that weapon 3 times. You don't have to use it 1 here. So there it is. We change weapons. So the reason that we use this weapon is because it has a projectile attack. And that projectile attack is extremely good against the dragon. But unfortunately, that attack... Okay, the best way to put it is like, the biggest attack that I use with Siegfried, the strong soldier's attack, in which like Siegfried leans forward. That one exactly. That one takes 2 units to do. The projectile attack for Siegfried requires 4 units, but it's the same input. So if I have 4 units or more of soul charge, I'm gonna be doing the fireball. The fireball takes a while to do. You know, it has a big startup to do it. And because of that, it's not very useful throughout the stage. So I'm trying to use other strategies and try to pay a lot of attention towards my meter so like, you know, I can like, you know, do the attack if I can do it. Right here also I take advantage of the target system in order to deal with those crossbows extremely fast. Right here I try to do the statue immediately. So there it is. Good one kill there. Unfortunately the skeleton was laying on the ground, so it took me a little bit longer to defeat him. This guy takes 4 hits normally. If I connect a pretty good soldier's attack, he can get 1 shot. Right here I made a missed input, but at least I got a double hit. So not too bad overall. Try to position myself better, double kill there, good. Dun, dun, jump on top of these. 1, 2, 3 combo. Dodge cancel. Change targets. Do soldier's attack. And then do a 4 hit combo here. A actually horizontal one, which is very rare to use. But is very useful there. Alright, so far right here I'm in a pretty kind of like weird position because my life is not the greatest. I actually will have like max life here. And we're coming to the worst room possibly in the game. And this is a 3 berserker room. So because I cannot use my best move in order to deal with the berserkers, I have to do other strategies against them. And these guys, literally they block a lot and they're super aggressive. And because there's 3 of them, like you get surrounded pretty easily. I made definitely a misinput there, and they actually like, you know, somehow I didn't die. Somehow I didn't get hit, so that was good. At this point, anything could kill me, so I decided to like, you know, take him all the way to this corner so I can grab some life and at the same time defeat him. So that was very, very dangerous, but I was able to like clutch it out pretty well. So far I'm like, okay, good to go. We can continue. I didn't die. And at this point, the only thing that is going through my brain is like, can I get good RNG against the boss? Because I mentioned it before, how like, you know, that Fafnir the dragon positions himself in front of the crossbows and like how the movement works and everything else. So if he's kind of close to me, if the dragon is close to me, if Fafnir is close to me, I can literally do a projectile attack and he can hit him and speed up the process of the flight cycle. So on this fight, I actually get perfect RNG for the flight cycle. So really pay attention to everything. It's very important, and it's kind of tight to do. So right here, I'm like, okay, fine. I get good RNG here because he positions himself in front of a crossbow. He moves sideways. I'm close enough to do the fireball, so that's good. You have to be extremely close enough for the fireball to connect, otherwise it's gonna vanish. He decides to stay in place, which is good for me. That's a little perfect RNG pattern. And we get a super fast cycle there. Trying to build more soldiers here because we're gonna need it for the second phase. Good dodge coming from me. Another good one. Trying to do as much damage as I can as fast as possible. And I have max soul charge here. He moves right there, extremely good for us. He moves sideways. I'm like close enough. I do the fireball. And I'm pretty sure he stays on the same place again. No, he didn't. But he moved to a decent spot that I'm still close enough. That last fireball is actually extremely hard to get. Like, I was able to react just in time. So that was extremely good. Right here I can use more soul charge more freely, so I tried to use it. I got intercepted there, so that could be a slightly faster, but not by a lot. But that was literally perfect patterns, pretty much. So that put me back into the game. That literally saved me like, I don't know, like 30 seconds overall. So Mountain City was another stage that I did pretty bad on my PV. I've been struggling on this stage. This stage usually I don't think too much about it. The only thing you have to do is like do a lot of attacks, do a lot of soul charge. You literally have to play Unga Bunga. I guess I was overthinking a lot of the things, and that's why I was doing pretty poorly. Also, like the shadows were being like super aggressive on my previous runs too. So right here, intercept, get a counter hit, do max damage, build a little more soul charge here. I got intercepted. It's fine. Pretty fast. Not bad at all. Right here, I wasted a little bit of time. Should remember where like the soul charge was located, so that was for me. Do a big attack here, another one. Go for the counter attack. It's better to do the trust, but sometimes it's good to like use other moves too. So like it depends of how the shadow gets hit. Here, wait it out. Good there. Forward. For sure, I didn't get any like fast cycles there, but it was okay. This is the last shadow. I'm like, okay, I have a decent amount of soldiers here. Might as well use it until that point. But I was able to intercept the approach. I just needed like a little more soldiers here. I'm like, I have it. Just use it. And that's it. Definitely not the best one. I have way better shadow fights, but at that point I'm like, I'm okay. I cannot complain about it. Now, coming in here, the Nightmare fight, which by the way is spelled bad. You don't need the K. You don't need the K. So this stage overall is not too bad because we have a max level weapon, right? However, during the fight against Nightmare, a cutscene happens and you are forced to change to Siegfried's third weapon. And because of that, the weapon is level 1. So like the fight itself, you're kind of like literally like nerfed. Like you're not that strong. They literally made it hard for no reason doing it that way. Which is kind of cool though. But it's difficult, right? And now you don't have like the advantages of having like a maxable weapon, which is like, you know, stronger attacks and good soul charge consumption. And that's why you have to rely a lot on like the patterns of the boss, you know, to get good openings and things like that. So far though, I have to say that these fights here weren't that bad. If anything, they were extremely good. I think there wasn't any good attack or whatever. It was still pretty clean and fast. Have a decent amount of soldiers too, so that's good coming out for like other berserkers coming in. This part can be pretty annoying though. Concerned a little bit, but I just want to defeat that guy. Got some double hits there, plus a kill. That was good. It's like you just focus on the combo at this point, because like I can save a little bit soul charge. Not the best amount of soul charge, but still pretty good. Right here I get a good target. Getting the berserker is like the best thing. Getting denied is kind of like bad. Right here I try to position myself in a good angle in order to like attempt killing both enemies, but it didn't work out pretty well. However, I did get the double hit. Have to pause my string in order for berserker to stop blocking, unfortunately. But so far, still pretty clean, pretty clean. I cannot say that I did a lot of mistakes or like a lot of the enemies were like extremely bad. If anything, I'm surprised that it was that clean. Little puzzle here. Super easy. Like I said, it's just Soulcalibur puzzles. Destroy that pillar. And now the game is like, oh, there's nothing else to destroy. Oh, you just have to wait. There you go. Oh, my nose is itchy. So this one, I tried to jump here, get a swing on the statue. I tried to focus on this knight. And then unfortunately I get hit. I destroyed the crossbow just because it's on the way. Bad swing there, unfortunately. It could have been slightly better, but that wasn't bad at all. I literally that fight, that room overall was extremely good. So at this point, there's no more fights that I have to be concerned about. My health is extremely good. My soul charge level is okay too. So on the last room, you can get some extra soul charge. And I grabbed this one because it's literally on the way. And I have to grab like the other one that is like very close into the boss's room. Or I should say in the boss room. So there you go. Pretty good health and soul charge, and now we head towards Nightmare. And this is where, like I said before early in the run, that you know there's some foreshadowing for later into the run. That's why we have that cutscene. All right. So what you want for this fight is, like, you know, attacks like that, and that you don't get hit. You want Nightmare to attack and then be vulnerable. The very bad. The orbs are pretty bad though. If you get a lot of orbs, there's that attack is also bad because if you block it, it's gonna diminish your soul charge by a lot. So a lot of bad openings so far. I tried to be risky there. I get a decent amount of damage. Not too bad. I was able to dodge that. Tried to get another follow-up. And now at this point it's like where Nightmare becomes very annoying because he starts dodging a lot. He does a lot of backdashes. And it becomes more difficult to do a decent amount of damage. Here I grab some soul charge by pure luck. I just try to like move forward a little bit more because he's backdashing a lot. Fortunately, you see that? A lot of misses. Get some soul charge for free. I couldn't dodge that jump, unfortunately. I'm just waiting for like an opening. Boom, there you go. So yeah, the Nightmare fight itself was better than what I had before, but not by a lot. Now we're in the last stages coming in. I'm character locked once again. So for this one, I decided to do the rotation of Astroth Nightmare. And the reason behind it is, like, you know, I don't have a lot of soul charge. The first dragon, you know, it's okay. I can build some soul charge right there. It's not too bad. But like, the biggest thing is, like, you know, if I'm close enough, Astro's combo deals a decent amount of damage. I can mix it up between combos and, like, you know, soul charge attacks. It's not too bad. And then unfortunately I get hit before I was able to finish him off. There you go. I do believe this was a mistake here. Yeah. I wasted a little bit of soul charge, especially because the dogs here actually get one shot by this attack with soul charge. Or they were extremely bad right now when it comes to RNG. They were dodging a lot. Because I also did some miss inputs. Alright, pretty good though. So at this point I'm like, alright, you know, Assassin's pretty dangerous. Try to defeat, like, if you're targeting one enemy, try to defeat it as fast as possible. Also, there was an instead of, like, you know, getting cornered. So these, like, the wolves were bad, but like the assassins were good. And that was kind of like something like level, even out a little bit. However, I was low in health. I decided to, like, you know, destroy this thing. More wolves coming up. Strategy behind it is use his soul charge, one shot them, and then try to, like, move around so you don't get hit. Good double kill there. Another good double kill. I tried to avoid that, but I couldn't. I was a little too late. I wanted another follow-up, but like he didn't allow me. At this point, I'm very close to, like, the cannons, so I'm gonna destroy the cannons. It was a good choice, especially because I have to deal with these projectile characters, which they have killed me in the previous runs. I'm currently pretty close when it comes to, like, the damage I can receive. So I'm like, okay, just use the soul charge, you know, might as well use it. You can get a little bit more. This one was a mistake coming from my part. I knew the health was on the other barrel. I just decided to, like, hit both barrels at the same time, and I messed it up. More wolves, you know, take advantage of that soul charge. Fortunately, they were dodging a lot. And to build some more soul charge here, you know. Guy gets, okay, I was going to say maybe he gets one shot by my soul charge attack. Assassins once again, so I'm like, okay, just kill one immediately. Don't think about it, just go at it. Another parry, very unfortunate. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Good kill there. And that should do it with a combo. Yep, there it is. So for these last 3 stages for Imperial City, you really need to have a decent amount of soul charge because you're gonna have the doors. And these doors actually they die on 3 hits with like good strong attacks. It was very unfortunate that like I was very concerned about like soul charge on my life that I'll definitely play pretty bad here. Alright, but I was able to still pull through.
Did you see?
Alright, in Imperial City 8, I decided to do Lloyd in this one and Ivy. And that's because I feel like with Lloyd I can build up soldiers pretty easily since I can defeat a lot of enemies with his normal combo. And I don't have to use too much soul charge, so. The other reason of that being extremely good is because at the end of the stage you don't get like a little soul charge item. So I have to build it up myself and be very cautious of it. Right here I do get some soul charge and it's extremely good, especially because we have a dragon coming in. And this also shows how good Lloyd is against dragons. We'll see. And that monster comes from his multi-hit attack. So I do a combo, build some more soul charge, and then here I go. Look at that damage. Look at that damage. If it wasn't because that didn't connect properly, it could have gotten me like 3 of those. So far I'm like, okay, cool, you know, decent amount of soul charge. I'm okay. I get a little bit more here. You guys need to, you know, clear this part, you know, and not use a lot of soul charge. I still use it because the soul charge consumption with Lloyd's not too bad. Nice double kill there. So something that I realized also is like one of Lloyd's soldiers that actually one-shot some of these enemies and it will have to be the multi-hit attack, that one. So I decided to use it a little bit more. I used the other one because I thought the green guy was going to be stronger, but he wasn't, and I got a double kill there. So right here I'm like, okay, I need to be careful. I need to have soul charge for like the door enemy. Okay, do a combo. This guy unfortunately was very annoying because he was laying on the ground. Let's say to do soul charge. Do it again. I have a decent amount. I can do it. So I think on this one I messed up once, twice. Let's see. Jump. Alright, connected pretty well. So right here, so those mistakes, I shouldn't be able to get hit by the fire. It's just like I was avoiding that so badly. I was moving sideways a lot instead of moving like diagonally. But it was still good. Alright, there it is. So for the last one, obviously, by process of elimination, we have Taki and Sophitia. This is specific reason as to why I decided to use Taki here. And that's because there's some Berserker enemies. And Taki just have such a good matchup against the Berserkers, so I'm gonna take advantage of that.
Once we start, there will be no
And it can still be dangerous, but like I think this is the fastest way to deal with the Berserkers. Building some soul charge, you know, getting some soul charge attacks. Try to be as fast as possible here. Not thinking about it, it's just like, just be fast. Alright, defeat that guy with a normal combo. Pretty sure all these enemies are defeated with normal combos. Because it's gonna help me out, because there's gonna be, yep, some Lizardmen coming in. So the plan will be like to one-shot every single Lizardman, which we actually get. So that part was clean, perfect. Right here I break some, oh I wasn't too sure if there was some soldiers there, so there was, so that was good. Here I have to be careful. This one can be extremely dangerous. I got unlucky that the targeting system was against me here, so I already wasted soul charge. Right here I decided to defeat the cannon since I noticed that they were getting in the way. Trying to just defeat these guys with combos because I know the berserkers are coming in. Good attack there. I just need to finish it off with the combo. I have the soul charge now. Change targets. Unfortunately that he blocked, but I was able to still have a decent follow with the soul charge. Got one kill. Got hit unfortunately once again. Good. At this one I just need to finish up with the combos. And that's it. It was okay. If I have more soul charge it's gonna be better. I got some health here to play it safe. I need to build soul charge in order to defeat the dragon fast. This is maybe like the only bad part of the stage is like trying to be a little bit, you know, risky. Like right there that didn't connect it properly, so I'm like, okay, whatever, just do some damage with the combos. And then I got a good hit there. Wait it out, jump, position myself good. Not the best damage, but it was okay. So the fight could be a little bit better, but I cannot complain too much. Get some more health, and then the best thing about it here is that I can grab some soul charge here, although I'm still pretty low on it. So right there I connected. I get hit on purpose because I need to build the soul charge, so it's a little bit risky here. Right here I got it. I think the last hit I messed it up. Right there, but I got lucky that that hit didn't kill me and I built the soul charge. That was all luck. So that could be faster by a little bit more.
I still have much to learn.
It may be like a second at best. Now here we go, the Emperor Niska. The Emperor was pretty good overall. My plan was to like just do a lot of damage, be a slightly reserved but not too much, just so that I can have a good Emperor fight. Because if the Emperor fight can go pretty bad. Like the beginning is okay, like the ending can be pretty tough. So I'm like, alright, just focus on the beginning, do a decent amount of damage there. Good opening, 5 hits. I decided to intercept with a combo, but I should have just used soul charge. So on this one I used soul charge. I get a nice follow up there. More soul charge here. I'm literally low in soul charge line. I don't care. Somehow I dodged that. I don't know how, but I'm like, okay. I'm in a good spot now. I have soul charge. I just need to get this bar right here. Good jump there. Wait it out. Get it. Good follow up. Boom. There you go. Now the Iska fight, it's such a weird fight because you have to do a specific amount of damage for the first cycle in order to have like a 50-50 shot of having like the fastest second cycle. So right here I go for like a swing attack in order to get a little bit extra damage for the discs. It does that 3 times, so you know that's always like the standard for first cycle. That was pretty good. I have a decent amount of soul charge here. So my plan is like for this attack, get hit on purpose so I can build up some soul charge. You can get hit 3 times. Here it is, the last one. So now Iska is gonna, you know, launch forward and trying to attack you. Like that. So the plan is to do a 3-hit combo into a soul charge attack. It doesn't connect properly, and I'm like, okay, this is bad. So I'm like, okay, do the 2 big strong attacks, build some soul charge, and then I'm gonna try to do it again. 1, 2, 3. Here you go. I get a decent amount of damage, and we got like the perfect amount of damage that we have to do for the second cycle. Now it all depends on like, you know, the RNG. And we actually get it. And the attack that we're waiting for him to do is the triplets. He's gonna throw these attacks again, but this one is a little bit different. He's gonna throw 3 this, and you have to swing them properly with horizontal or vertical attacks in order to hit him. Then I do a soul charge attack and hit him again. I try to get a follow-up, unfortunately I don't get it. So he does it again, and that's pretty much like the end of that cycle. 1, 2, 3, soul charge, and that's how we got it. 239.13. Extremely, extremely good. Even though there were a lot of like bad RNG sections, especially when we were dealing with berserkers, and I placed some parts extremely bad. The RNG elements that matter the most were there, and that's why I was able to like save up the run and get a sub 240. Such an amazing run. Obviously, gonna be lower, but like you cannot be too picky when it comes to Soulcalibur Legends because the enemies on like the hardest stages are extremely, extremely difficult to deal with. Also, the RNG elements for the bosses are another factor that you cannot control. They can screw you over very, very easily.
Life. The righteous don't always
Also,
win
just
out
enjoy
in
this
the
little
end.
cutscene. It's one of my favorite ones.
Siegfried, no matter how good your friends are, they will betray you. Yes,
You will be betrayed.
betrayed.
Also, this is the second time I've done this. I did it yesterday, but like the volume was pretty bad, so now I have to redo it with better
What is
volume options or settings. And also, I feel like my commentating today was way better too, so
care anymore?
that was better.
You
Feels
guys
good.
can
Feels
figure
good,
it
man.
out. Ilona, I just wanted you to.
Why? My friendo. Oh, this line, dude. Cheesy but epic. Just wait it out. Also, the theme.
What were we able to protect with the power we gained, Iska? In the end, I wasn't able to protect anything.
Not even you, my friend.
This is not the end for me!
So yeah, once again, kind of want to like mention it once again. Well, that was redundant. I want to mention that this run was done offline. It wasn't recording. It was me just commentating. I was using the same space that I was using for the run. Obviously, that's why like the timings were all super close, like literally just milliseconds. Soulcalibur Legends has gone through a lot of, especially the 80% has gone through a lot of like different changes. Literally the first kind of like route was like just use Siegfried all the way, just focus on his main weapon, his first weapon, and just do everything with Siegfried. Then after that, I discovered that Taki was actually extremely good against like bosses because of her soldier's attack. So my plan after that was like, alright, use Siegfried for everything, and then once you unlock Taki, you use her for the bosses. And that actually helped a lot. And like the world record at that point became like 2 hours and 55 minutes. But I took a break from the game, and I took a break from 80%, and I focused on New Game Plus. And New Game Plus actually showed me like, the potential of other characters and everything else. And I realized like, there's a difference between like, your strength and also, your social consumption if your weapon is max level. So because of that, I'm like, okay, cool. It got me thinking, for 80%, what if I level up some of the characters that I'm forced to use later on in the round in order to like be able to do those stages faster? Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit slower in comparison to like the early stages, but not by a lot. And I decided to do it, and it actually paid off so well that like my first run, I was able to get a 2 hour and 46 minutes. And I uploaded that run to the leaderboards, and then I did like an offline attempt, and that attempt got a 2 hour 40 minutes and 20 seconds. That was like, okay, if I grind this character again, I can get this sub 39. I can get this sub 240. And I went for it, and I finally got it. I was like super high. Like the things that I needed the most, I got it. And I'm like, okay, cool. I cannot complain about it. The run is good. I can move on from this category and actually start working on all quests for New Game Plus, which is literally the same thing, because you have to do all the missions that you do at 80%, but now you're like max level, and I'm super excited to start doing that. I already finished up the writing process of it, so I just need to do a ton attempts. Oh man, but it just feels so good to be able to like do this type of thing, you know, create your own strategies for like a route or anything like that. It's such a good experience overall. Also, I would like to see other people trying to run this game. I mean, in my opinion, it's a good speed game. The only bad thing about it is obviously the motion controllers, but overall, like, there's a lot of cool mechanics and everything else that make it like feasible or enjoyable, at least for me. Also, if like people discover any glitches or anything like that, please let me know. That they could be extremely helpful for the speedrun. Right now, it's glitchless because I haven't discovered anything, but I was able to push up the combat system and the experience system as much as I can. Right here, I'm about to encounter the post-credit scene, which I also love. It's pretty cool in my opinion too. Here it is.
The story of the two swords continues, transcending history and the world. Time and again challenging mankind
to ponder the question, what is true power? And then the classic, I always do it on my runs. So yeah, the new Soulcalibur Legends 70% world record is 2 hours, 39 minutes, and 13 seconds. By me, Baha. And I'm gonna show you the in-game time. We don't go by in-game time, but it's cool to know. It's coming up in a bit. And let's see if we're gonna save. And there it is, 2 hours, 39 minutes, and 21 seconds. That's the run.